Hello, everyone. Welcome to the DMP Experience, Episode 4, Movie Adaptations. So really quick, before we get started, I didn't mention it the last episode, but we are in our new home base for the DMP Experience. This is our new studio. We love it very much, and we're very grateful to be here. Thank you to the professors who helped us set this up. But anyways, today we are joined by two of our crew members, and I'll have them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Uriel Castañeda. I was being the floor manager recently, and
I'm Erick Espinosa. Last time I was the technical director.
Yay!
yay, clap.
All right. So, how are you guys doing today?
Could be better.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I ate Wingstop today.
That's a good day.
So good. That is a good day.
It is a pretty solid day.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing else I should talk about, actually. That's it.
We'll just go off of your Wingstop experience.
That's the whole...
Welcome
That's the
back
whole
to the Wingstop experience. This is
That's a
episode
good
1.
one.
Yeah,
We should pitch it.
we should pitch it to who?
To Wingstop.
Weekly mukbang with Wingstop.
Dude, that would be cool.
Man, that would be a good way of getting like YouTube
Can we
to pay
invite
for our lunch.
Nikocado Avocado?
No.
What if we all gain the weight and then lose it? And then we record, like, you understand?
Two steps ahead.
Yeah, 2 steps
I'm
ahead.
always 2 steps ahead.
Always 2 steps ahead.
I'll be more chicken than man by the end of the mukbang.
They should make a movie about Nikocado Avocado. Would that be an original film or an adaptation?
I think
That would be
adaptation.
an
No,
original.
it's an adaptation because
But
they're
like,
following the
if
YouTube
they're going
story.
off of like the YouTube videos,
Yeah,
they're
it's an
adapting the
adaptation.
YouTube
It's an adaptation.
videos
Yeah, it's like Fred the movie.
to film, you know?
It's like Fred the movie.
Because it's 2 different kinds of
I
media.
love Fred the movie.
Why?
It's so good. It's so hilariously good.
Can you do the Fred voice?
Can you?
No.
You
I
wanna-
can't either.
I'm not gonna. I don't think it's good for your voice to try to do the Fred.
No,
voice.
that's, yeah.
Have
I
you?
did love John Cena being his father, though. That was the best part
Oh,
of
that
the
was
whole-
awesome.
Yeah.
of the whole thing. Okay, let's get into it. So we're gonna start off with what are some of your favorite, honestly, any adaptations, book to film, video game to film, musical to film, like any type of adaptations. What are your guys' favorite?
So I'll make a note here. There's like 2 types of like I love this adaptation. I love the movie and I love the way they made the book into a movie. Those are kind of different because there's like my personal favorite movie, American Fiction 2023, is an adaptation, but I kind of don't like the book, right? I just really adore the movie. So are we speaking like? I mean, I guess we can talk about both. Yeah.
Yeah, just right now, like if you could talk really highly of one, which one would it be?
I get what you're saying. American Fiction is so good, you guys. It's definitely worth a watch. It's very funny, very poignant, and it's exactly the type of terrible person I am. So it's great.
Yours, Eric?
I would go with Chicago.
That's yeah.
Chicago's a really good one.
Yeah.
And it also gets me going on like tangents about history of movies. Because it's really
Feel free, don't worry. Feel
It's really
free.
interesting. It's Chicago was adapted from a musical, or I guess it would be leaning to like musical comedy, into a film. And even then, like if you do a musical into a film like adaptation, it's usually like a rom-com or something.
Yeah.
So they went a little different because it still has like that kind of serious jokey tone. But what I really like about it is that the musical itself was also an adaptation of vaudeville shows. So
Was it
it's
really?
so it's like
Yes.
an adaptation of an adaptation of an adaptation, and it all started in like 1975 when they were like, "Hey guys, what if we made a musical about all these vaudeville shows that were popular in the Roaring '20s?"
Beautiful.
And it's just crazy. Like all the stuff that they do to adapt it is really cool. In the musical itself, you have a stage, so you can still do the vaudeville shows.
No way.
You
Get
can
on.
still do vaudeville shows because you have a stage.
Yeah.
You just have to move stuff in the set. Now in the movie, they were like, "Wait a minute, we don't have a stage, guys." So what they do is they just make every single set into a stage. Like you're in a courtroom, and then there's just like lights all over the courtroom, and there's like a big like rig of lights at the top and stuff. So they just
Yeah.
adapt everything to always be in theme with vaudeville. They never get rid of that. That's like the main thing of the show.
That's so freaking cool.
You know what? I think that might be. You're right. Like I'm thinking about Chicago, and there's a lot of musical movies, cough, wicked, or in my like they're basically just filming the musical, right? A lot of times they may have a nice set, they may have special effects, but it's a filming of the musical. But you're right, Chicago, they turn the movie, like the movie itself, the way it functions, the way it looks, the way it's lit, all shifts to become more vaudevillian, I guess.
It just works.
I
just really like how they are super in line with this idea of like we gotta keep this one factor even if it doesn't work at all, like with film, and they just pull it off. They even if it didn't work at the time, they just figure out some way to do it. I heard something about how in the musical of Chicago, I think they could do a lot of the musical stuff and kind of make it so that it was like it's kind of happening in the universe, like the musical numbers are happening in the universe. And in Chicago, the movie, I remember reading something that I think the director said that they were like, hey, so since we can't do that, let's just make it so that the main character is hallucinating all of these musical numbers. So all the characters that aren't even like vaudevillain stars also have musical numbers where they are dressed like vaudevillain stars. And I guess the main character is just insane.
Yeah, well, consider me razzle-dazzled.
Me too. Me too. I'm very much razzle-dazzled.
And you?
I don't know, because I have a lot. I think, like, all of my top movies are all adaptations. I don't know. I think I will keep it recent. I'm going to say I really loved Wicked. Mm-hmm. It was so good. And I'm very grateful that I did see the original play when I was, like, in 6th grade, when they had come to El Paso. Yeah. They were at the plaza. Yeah. And I went with my mom, and I was like, yes, this is great. And we still have a magnet on our fridge. So I'm like, it's proof that we went. And no, the movie was great, honestly. They really brought it to life because they had a lot of like props and stuff for the play. So I don't know, just seeing it in a movie, it like really brings it to life a lot more. So that's probably one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. So that's actually kind of cool. I want to ask you about that. I don't know if you have a really good memory of when you were a little tiny kid.
Depends. I mean, not like, really.
In comparison, like, do you think set design was like similar, or did you like how they changed it up?
I loved how they changed it up because there's only so much you can do on a stage. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it's hard. It's hard to change lighting all the time. It's hard to move backgrounds like every corner. Like you can't shift a background with the movement of the character. So I don't know. Or can you? Maybe if they blue screened it, we all
some
wore
words on that.
glasses.
You can a little bit, but what's really for Wicked the movie, it was like I don't know. Have you seen the stage show?
The which one?
The stage show.
I don't think so.
Okay, no. So essentially, Wicked the movie is a lot more in depth. It's a lot longer runtime, and they take a lot of time like walking through scenery, and they're walking in specific locations. The musical's a lot faster. Like the story's just quicker. We skip over like decades and years in between scenes. So just like I see what you're like. The set design is very much more for the moments, like they're all young. This is the young scene. This is the scene where things are more playful and things are more bright. This is the wizard scene. He is a fascist guy, crazy lunatic. So he gets all the crazy evil stuff, and that's really it. Sort of lends a difference. It lends a bit more like a moment-to-moment feeling than it. Wicked feels like a world, like a Wicked movie feels like I'm in the world of Oz.
Yes,
that's not quite what they're just going for different things, really.
I really like how they extended the movie because the movie is just the first part. We're basically in intermission right now in the play, and then we'll get the second part later in the year. But I love how they dragged it out. I mean, they have more stuff to show that, like, visually, you have more stuff to show. So I love that they made it longer. They didn't keep it the same runtime as the play because that'd be kind of a waste. Like, why when you could add all this stuff to it? So I think it was great. I think they made it really beautiful.
That's what I like about adaptations. Like, with adaptations, you get a lot of freedom to delve into stuff that you wouldn't have delved into before.
Yeah.
So, like, I haven't watched too much of, for example, like the Last of Us adaptation from game to show.
Right.
But I heard that they took a lot of creative liberties. Like there's some characters that are just not the same. They have completely different lives. And I was like, okay, well that's really cool because now you're like kind of going into all of these like what ifs and you're expanding the universe and the world even more so that people who are super like really big fans of a certain series, they just have way more material that they know that is canonical and that would happen or can happen.
Yeah.
So what's funny about Wicked is that they also brought in a lot of stuff from the books. So the Wicked books they're not great. I'm gonna be honest with you, but hey, they're
lucky
interesting.
Angelica isn't here.
One of them.
She read the books?
One of them got.
She's read the books.
There's 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them got banned recently in Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
For what?
I had them in my notes. It was
Did
a
they
school
talk about
district.
gender?
Oh
Yes,
my god.
yes, they did. That's exactly why I got banned.
How dare they? Oh, that's
Because
crazy.
the book has a lot of affairs in it, like an absurd amount of affairs. It's very.
Wow, they
funny.
get freaky in Oz?
Yeah, all the Munchkins. That's what they're called. That. Yeah. that's actually. But one thing I enjoyed about the movie was like it's sort of an adaptation of both the musical and the books in a sort of roundabout way, of like the things that were changed from musical stay changed, and then they just kind of bring them back. It's very funny to see how they did that.
Yeah. I have not read the books, so I really wouldn't know. But I know it's still very faithful to the musical.
Kinda. It's a lot more dark, I guess. Like Elphaba here, she's on her own. In the books, she starts a terrorist organization.
That's so cool.
It has like,
Interesting.
and then it's like there's like a scene where they're like gunning down people, not gunning down, but they're gunning down people, and then like
They're
there's
wizarding down people.
yeah, they're wizarding down people. No, like just like swords and stuff.
Nothing happened in
Except- but-
Tiananmen Square.
Yeah. No, that's actually you're saying it like that's a
No
joke,
way.
but that's canon.
they have
not-
Tiananmen Square
Not
in Oz.
quite, but in the Emerald City, remember, the Emerald City is controlled by the wizard, and so there's like people saying, "Hey, this kind of
Oh my
sucks.
God.
We're animals."
Is Emerald City kind of like an Avatar where they're like there's
Yeah,
no
yeah,
war
yeah,
in
yeah,
Ba Sing
yeah.
Se?
Yes,
Essentially,
yes.
yes, yes. essentially.
Exactly. Yes.
What's funny is like there's also the
That was
implication.
such a good reference.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is the implication that the wizard, he's from Earth, right? But in Oz, animals talk and are sentient. So he's kind of trying to bring back the Earthen customs, which includes stuff like eating animals, which is hilarious.
Oh,
Yeah. It's
are they
very
all
funny.
vegan?
They do not eat animals, no, because animals are sentient.
Vegetarian.
No, vegan, straight up. Why would they get milk? That's kind of weird. Imagine
You
you're
never
milking like a
know.
neighbor of yours.
How many recipes can you do without milk?
A lot.
It's difficult.
Anyway,
didn't
okay,
do
come
that.
here, Betsy the neighbor. I need some help. I have this cup. I need my souffle. I think I hope they're vegan. I hope that they're vegan. I really do. Yeah.
All right, moving on.
I think somehow the topic of milk has become a good point to move on from.
Milk?
All right. Wait. Okay, moving on.
Okay.
How do you think our advancement in cinema influenced adaptations to be the way they are? We kind of touched on it already, but think of other adaptations that you guys really like. How do you think? Like, do you think Sonic could have been made 50 years ago?
No.
Probably not. Probably not very well.
You see, it's because I've only looked into adaptation history musicals. Because for adaptations, like just in musicals in general, it was different to other kinds of genres. When it comes to like different advancements in adaptations, and it came from like changes in literary genres, popular culture, politics, historical events that happened at the time. With musicals, they were just kind of like, guys, I got an idea.
Yep.
Like back in the 1800s, right? Musical theater was very normalized. But then when people were like, what if we did that, but like with film? Well, at the time they were just like, well, film really right now is just like documentary and naturalist cinema. So they came into the trouble of like, hey, so what do we do about that? How do we keep musicals and make them sing and stuff and keep it serious? And then they created backstage musicals. And backstage musicals are essentially, they tend to be set with characters that are performing. So it would usually be in like Broadway. It was a movie surrounding characters that are performing in Broadway. And so all of the musical numbers are happening in real life or
Kinda
in
like
the
Gypsy?
universe because they're rehearsing. They're rehearsing or they're performing.
Mm.
And then after that, eventually they started being just like, okay, let's just make them sing for no reason at all.
Wait,
For fun.
around when was the turning point? Because it's like, because it reminds me a lot of like Singing in the Rain, for example. Like, it's that movie. A lot of the songs are technically performed, but then a lot of them aren't. They're like singing in the rain. That's kind of the bit. I'm singing in the rain.
That was a way longer like scene than I remembered.
The
Yeah.
dance
Watched it
goes on
back.
for a while.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking on adaptations of musicals, we're talking a lot about musicals. Hey, that camera's funny.
It's all I know.
I think that the
What's
dance
happening
scene
here, guys?
unclear. Hey, the new studio, it's a chance to experiment. Get some nice angles. Like, let's get the angle on this Bakugo. The dance scene is like what I feel what's been kind of lost in the new wave of musicals. Like, the dancing is in the point part of a musical. It's the classic line is you talk until the emotions get so much that you can only sing, and then the emotions build up and you can only dance. And I feel like in especially modern movies, like there's not quite enough space to sort of dance.
I don't think that's true though.
No.
I mean, Wicked. I didn't watch all of Wicked, but when I walked into it while my parents were watching it, the one where they're talking about like Elphaba in the town or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw that Ariana Grande's doing her sing and dance, and then the whole town's also dancing, and they're moving like the props in the set.
Yeah.
I get that, but I mean, like, sort of like the characters sing and dance, like, especially for.
She wasn't dancing?
She was not. She was just she was on the chair with a little wand.
Okay, what about La La Land?
La La Land is actually the one I was going to talk about. Yes,
they one-shot a lot of the scenes, and
they all
characters are
dance, and
usually
it's
dancing.
great. Yeah. And then, like, I do enjoy, La La Land. Oh.
La La Land is peak.
I'm surprised.
Land is.
I'm so glad it was good because I thought I was gonna go the way of greatest. No, it came out after, but like the wave of musicals we got after La La Land were rough. They were rough. Greatest Showman is, that's one.
Greatest Showman was really cool. I just, Hugh Jackman's voice kind of does something to me.
I'm so glad you acknowledged that.
Yeah,
Good
he's really got a voice,
Man, it's such a shame they can't have him sing in X-Men. He should. He should. It'd be funny.
They should have done that. They
Imagine
really should.
Wolverine,
They should have done
belting a song.
They should have done it in Deadpool and Wolverine.
That would have been hilarious.
Oh my god.
Because like it's a kind of a joke.
Didn't they reference Greatest
They
Showman in
did.
Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah,
They
did.
did. They should have had one of the Wolverines be a singer Wolverine.
Oh my god, like he has
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
showman
yes.
hat and the
Yes,
whole
yes, yes.
getup, but he still has
And
the
the claws,
Wolverine
and he's
costume.
like, I don't know, I'm the Wolverine. Comes out, and then Deadpool says no musicals, and then
He's like,
closes.
from now on, I'm gonna slice you with my claws.
I won't forget you. 2 for Deadpool 1, and it's just like they have like the universe code. It's like, oh, that's great.
Oh my
Like,
god.
lame is, but it's Deadpool and Wolverine.
They
They should have made that
done
music. That should have been a musical. That would have been hilarious. Where were we on? What the hell were we talking about? What was this
I don't know.
episode?
This is. I think this is more
yeah.
interesting. Like Deadpool musical. He would.
That's what,
He
that's what
totally
I'm saying.
would.
Yes, it feels like a very fitting thing to have.
They should spin off a Deadpool movie that is just a musical.
I don't think they're gonna, because Ryan Reynolds doesn't like dancing.
But he's not in the costume anymore.
That's true. That is true. They have,
Some other guy.
yeah, that's true. What else? Sonic. Yeah, I forgot that we brought up technology. Could Sonic have been made before? Yes. I don't know. Like,
Nuh-uh.
yes, but Sonic.
Did
1.
you see the Mario Bros show back in the day? Do the Mario.
If you do this is a quote from the Mario show. If you do drugs, you go to hell before you.
Oh my god,
die.
I had a friend
Yeah,
that knew like all the lyrics to the Mario song, and that would be such a big flex right now. Like, it really would.
If in a way, I guess. I don't
What?
know. It could be, but no. So like Sonic 1.
You don't like the Mario? Look at me in my eyes, Brendan. You don't like the Mario dance?
That movie. Okay. All right. Do the Mario. This is a call to action, by the way. If you're watching this, I want
That's
to.
the call of action.
Yeah. This
That's
is,
the message we're giving to our
God.
if you
viewers.
want to take one thing away from this this episode, please do the Mario.
Why is that the call of action?
What else are we gonna tell them to do? What else do we do? Watch movies? I don't know. It was good enough.
To all the children of the world.
Do the Mario. But
Here, look, zoom into my face. To all the children in the world,
how the hell does
please
that song go? I know
do
it's like
the Mario.
it's to the tune. I know it's to the tune of the Mario theme song. It's like
Guys, I'm
if
gonna have
you
to cut you
want
off if
to
we
follow-
don't if we don't move it along.
Okay.
We're getting really stuck on
The
Mario.
fun, the
How
fun
could you not
police
get
is
stuck on
here.
Mario? Like, if we're talking about adaptations, Mario 1980 whatever was a particular note for adaptations.
How's he still going?
'Cause it
How's he
proved.
doing this?
It proved video game adaptations are particularly tricky. In a way.
Okay,
Like Uncharted, it was pretty good, kinda,
right.
but it's still you're just dying. Okay, somehow, I think the Mario really got to their souls.
I loved Jack Black as Bowser. He was great.
The Minecraft movie?
Oh, it's gonna suck so
Could we
bad.
have done the Minecraft movie?
It's gonna suck
50
so
years
bad.
ago?
I don't. It's gonna be like the Mario movie. It's gonna suck
God.
so. It's gonna be so. Do the Minecraft. Okay. Oh God. Yeah, I just killed.
Do the Steve.
Do the Steve. Oh no. You were a hero, Brian. I do like how.
Wait, hold on.
Okay,
Wait,
okay.
10 seconds. We need 10 seconds.
No, we
Give us 10 seconds.
cut to commercial. Cut to
Everyone be
commercial.
quiet.
Okay.
All right, new topic.
Next question.
So, let's talk now about franchises because there's a lot of franchises
Oh, boy.
that came from adapted books. Honestly, the most I know are books. I know there are some video game ones out there.
Video
But
game one actually.
Franchise-wise, which ones are your favorites? Which ones do you not really like?
Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
I never read the books, so like I know that there's
Any
like
of
two
them?
communities. I read the first one,
Yeah.
Harry Potter Sorcerer's Stone, but then my brother took away all the books.
Oh.
He has the collection, and then he just grabbed them, and I was like, okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Dang.
But I think what's cool about it is that there's like two different communities of Harry Potter fans, and they're just like, oh, I love the books, and I hate the movie. They messed it up so bad. And then the movie fans that are just like, Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh, the Snape wives.
They go to Universal and they're like, guys, look at the Harry Potter world. They're like Disney adults, but like it's a little more grown up, so it's like less annoying, but also
Yeah,
like, what are you
just a
doing,
tad.
dude?
Yeah, I agree.
It's a
What are you
little
doing,
more grown
man?
up, but that means they spend more money, like those wands, man.
That's true.
They throw too much money around. I think for franchises, the best one in my opinion is the Hunger Games. Even though they split that last movie, the Hunger Games is
it's
such a
so
good book
good.
series, and the movies just like hit it out of the park, and it's just good. It's a little annoying that the last movie got split, and you can feel it a little bit because the pace drops off, but it's still like because it's also political intrigue
Yeah.
for the third book, and it's like. Oh, we dropped the pace a lot because Katniss has to deal with the machinations of people, and then she kills the. Oh yeah, spoilers for a almost 15-year-old movie. How old is
Yeah.
that?
No more spoilers for Hunger Games. That's been out for too long.
I think
Yeah.
I was too young when I watched Hunger Games. Not as in like, oh, it's so messed up for kids, but also like I didn't have the attention span.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because I stopped watching them around the third movie. I think around the third Hunger Games movie, I just like stopped being like, okay, guys, let's go to the movie theater.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
fair.
I only saw like the first two in theaters, and then after that I stopped, and I rewatched all of them like not too long ago because I'm like, well, I really like them. I haven't read the books, but I really like the first two movies, and I already know what happens. Like, I mean, all these clips keep me
Yeah.
updated on Instagram Reels and TikTok.
Oh my
But
God,
I
it's
did
so
I did
crazy.
rewatch all of them, and yeah, I'm like, they're so good.
Yeah.
There are some
like-
shows that I've legitimately watched through like
Invincible.
YouTube Shorts, Reels, everything.
Yeah,
No, the main
Young
one.
Sheldon. I
The
see
main
you
one has
on
been Young
TikTok.
Sheldon. It's been Young Sheldon. I like.
don't-
I even got to a point where I was like, should I watch Young Sheldon?
No.
And then I started and then I was like, well, I can't watch Young Sheldon without watching Big Bang Theory. Big mistake.
Did you start it? Did you watch it?
I started Big Bang Theory. I don't know what episode I'm on in season 1, and it's just I already got tired of the laugh
Season
track.
1.
Yes.
It's look. I don't want to talk about. I'm gonna bazinga my way out of that one. Or just gonna like.
I haven't even gotten one bazinga, guys.
Oh, that's true. He didn't say bazinga yet.
He
That's
hasn't
hilarious.
said bazinga.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess.
Damn.
Give it. There's one person who hasn't said bazinga. Come on, we need to.
Bazinga.
Thank you.
Aw.
I,
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
it was important. Now we can be better than season 1 of Big Bang Theory.
What were we talking about? The Hunger Games, Harry Potter. Did you guys like Divergent? Did you see Divergent?
Okay.
I like one time.
Like one time?
Yeah.
I saw it for the first time very recently.
Did you
Did
see
you like
all of
Percy
them?
Jackson?
Did you see just the first one or all of them?
I saw the first 2 of
Okay.
Divergent.
Yeah, the third one it was a
I
direct
like
to streaming
Percy
movie.
Jackson.
Percy Jackson. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I was too big of a fan of the books for to watch
Oh,
that one
okay.
it's fine, but it's a notable drop in quality of like in the original Percy Jackson at the end of the book he fights Ares, the god of war, and it's a whole epic fight scene. It goes on for like a chapter and a half, and they just cut it from the movie because budget, and like a lot of the cool set pieces for the Percy Jacksons were just cut, and so like a lot of things like would be, oh, I would love to see this on film, I would love to see this cool epic moment, don't get filmed. And that's why I really couldn't. I bounced off those movies pretty hard. Yeah. Oh, speaking of franchises from adaptations, what about when they Dune? Yeah.
Dune?
Dune. Yeah. Let's.
Dude!
Okay.
She cries for the Mujahideen.
Yeah.
Now this one.
Should I do it?
I
Yes.
feel-
Yes. Dune. Yeah. We're talking about Dune. Come on.
Do it.
I love Dune, guys. I love Dune so much. It's so good. It's so good. Like literally, and it's not even for Timothy Chalamet and Zendaya. Swear to God, like the movie itself is just so freaking good.
Mhm.
Oh my God, I could start crying because of how good it is. It's
I wanna
amazing.
note something. I want to kind of talk to you then. Have you read the books?
No, because I genuinely have not had time.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like as soon as I graduate and I'm sitting on my couch doing nothing, I will be reading the book 100%.
As soon as I'm
think you
rot
should.
maxing.
Yes, yeah. I'm like,
So-
I literally cannot pick up a book right now.
I know. I really think you should because
I want to.
hated the Dune movies.
Really?
Because I
What?
not hated, but I can't. I have tried to read Dune multiple times. It's part of nerd homework.
So yes, I've
And-
heard that the book is very, very hard to
That's true.
read. It's like hard
It's
to
a-
follow.
It is. It's about as hard as the movie actually. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm
Yes.
recommending it to you because the reason I bounced off the book is the same reason I bounced off the movie. It's
Mm.
a little. It's one of those things of like I actually don't think it's too good of a film. It's an amazing adaptation, and that's why I don't like it. It's such an adaptation of like I guess I don't. Do we care about doing spoilers? I don't. Goddamn.
No.
So like,
Sorry, guys.
so
Go
like
watch Dune.
we all know like the baby past memory, genetic memory. I'm like, oh, the constant conversations from the fetus.
It's okay,
are
guys. I
stuff
didn't
like
watch Dune.
I enjoyed that, but in the book, I found that like
I haven't
really.
watched it.
Oh, I don't know what's. I'm getting lost. There's too much. There's too many subplots, and most of these subplots are in the future and some are in
What?
the past. And it's like I couldn't get through the book, and I couldn't get through the second movie because the first movie is just exposition. The first movie.
Right. The first movie was really hard for me to get through. Actually, the
it-
first movie was like, oh, I just gotta do it. I gotta go. I
Yes,
gotta
yeah.
watch the whole freaking thing. And then the second one made it worth it.
That's why I really recommend the Doom books for it because it gets wild incredibly quickly. Like we're not even at. It's old sci-fi. Old sci-fi loves to do sort of the weird stuff. It's about to get so weird and but Dune 3 is the last one.
Yes.
And then the books continue after that. I'm gonna recommend you the book so much because
I want to read them before the third one comes out for sure.
everyone who has finished those books told me it's amazing. I believe them. It's not for me, but I would recommend it. Yeah.
Have you seen the older Dune movies?
Yeah, those the
I'm scared to watch them.
what's his
low-key.
name? The guy who just died, a director. Lynch. Yes.
Yes.
Lynch's
He
Dune.
did do the
Yes,
Dune
he did do.
movie.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh
that's
my
actually what I was talking about.
God.
It sounds like he would be an amazing director for it. He's not.
Oh.
He's you know how I said like he's a weird director? Ends up being weird. What's the
is up
laugh?
with
I don't
your
know.
mouth?
Was it did I say something fun?
1 minute we do eye contact with you
not
guys,
doing
and you
anything.
break Eric.
Guys, keep talking. Guys.
Okay, well, sure. It's hard to ignore someone just going like having a little seizure on the.
I'm not doing
Right
that.
You just okay.
Actually.
He's right behind me, isn't he? Okay. They fly now. They fly now. We're done. You know, I think I just got a nod, and I'm. So the camera's cutting to me probably because it's zooming in on them. Oh, it's in them. But so
Oh my god.
talking about Dune, actually there's a note I kind of want to talk about Dune. I don't think it can happen. So Peter Jackson's trilogy, right? The Lord of the Rings. He made all the Lord of the Rings movies, right? And most of them were good except The Hobbit. Oh man, The Hobbit. But I feel like Dune is another one of those movies that proves there's a sort of a lot of the books, a lot of classic fantasy and sci-fi, they are really good films for franchising, which is why I feel like we're about to see a bunch of classic sci-fi stuff get a bunch of movies, and they're gonna be terrible. We're going back to like the late 80s of like random sci-fi movies coming out, and like, oh my god, we're gonna have Flash Gordon with Queen's amazing Flash. But Flash Gordon is bad, and it's a bad movie. And it's funny because Queen was in it, but like that's the only notable thing. I feel like we're about to see a wave of adaptations of random 60s sci-fi, and it's gonna be painful.
Interesting.
Get a load of this guy.
Get a load of this guy. Get a load of this guy. I'll give you a load of me.
Whoa!
That came out a little bit weirder than I thought it would.
Dude, it's not June yet.
Hey, pride is in our hearts, you know.
No, not for Microsoft and
Not for
Apple
Microsoft.
and
Well,
Volkswagen.
for
and
UTEP, it is.
what are the companies that always change their logo
all
like
of
at the
them?
end of it?
All of them.
Yeah.
We're talking about
Thank you guys for watching this DMP experience episode.
wait.
We're done
We're done?
already?
Wow. See,
I hope you really liked the conversation about Dune. I was paying attention.
I didn't know we could just end
I
it.
can't believe you haven't watched them yet. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, I recommend at least watching the second one and then see how you feel about it, and then go back.
Yeah, and then go back and watch the first one. Yeah, watch the second one first, Loki.
Yeah, it's
That'll keep you more engaged.
But you guys know how we're getting a lot of remakes right now.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
everything's a remake right now.
I feel like adaptations are coming from the same place. We're also seeing a lot of adaptations. It's because you want to put your money into something that you know has some fan base and people like it of some way, right? So you want to do something predictable. And I feel like I'd rather see more adaptations than remakes. Like the remakes are getting bad. I don't know if you guys ended up seeing Dumbo, but Dumbo was awful.
I didn't see it.
It was terrible. And I don't know what remake would you guys say was worth it?
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't watch remakes.
That's fair.
I don't do it.
I guess.
I can't even think of the ones that I've seen.
Yeah.
I haven't.
I mean, everyone saw Lion King. No?
I might watch Moana live action just for
Oh,
funsies.
no live action.
I wonder how that's gonna come.
Just for funsies.
Yeah.
The Rock in a muscle suit sounds kinda
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah.
It's
It
not-
really does, but I
It's-
want to see how it looks.
I feel like it's gonna look like Spy Kids 3D. Just like they have that one.
Are you
actor
dogging
that,
on the goats right now?
of Spy Kids?
Are you
Look. I
You
mean,
can't say that.
I can't. I'm not a DMP member. I don't have to give any respect to them. It's Spy Kids 3D.
Huh?
Come on. What? There's like a.
We need to move on from Spy Kids.
We need to move on to the end of the episode.
Really quick. Everyone show your mugs. Yay! Thank you, Gwen. Shout out Gwen, because they're beautiful, and we have to show them in the shot, so.
Yeah.
Oh, are we zooming in? Should I wait? No? Okay.
Shout out to mugs in general.
All right.
Mug root beer.
Well, I suppose that is it for this episode. Did you guys have fun?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes?
Thank you for having us.
Of course, thank you for being on.
Yeah. Thank you.
You guys are always a joy.
And before we go, we all like to say, of course, do the Mario. Yeah, that's the call to action for this show. Look it up. The dance is on YouTube.
Do the Steve.
Do the Steve and learn the Steve when Jack Black is gonna make a song for the Minecraft movie, isn't he? He's gonna make a song.
How could he not?
And it's gonna be like the #1 meme song for a couple months, and we're all gonna get sick of it again. Yeah.
It'll be worth it though.
No, it's gonna be a bad movie. It's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be so bad.
All right.
It has Jason Momoa.
It does.
That's not a good sign. He was in
Jason
Justice
Momoa?
League.
Okay, we're getting okay.
I like Aquaman.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for being on, and thank you so much for watching. I'm reading my script. Hold on.
This is unscripted.
If you've made it,
All my
if you've
jokes are
made it
written
this
by.
far, please don't forget to tune into our next episode, the Oscars Aftermath. We will bring back Ramsey, Angelica, and Gwen for that episode, so it should be nice and fun. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at DMPA_UTEP, and look for us on YouTube. Thank you. Bye.
Have a good night, everyone.